your true end. Failure Pharaoh, this was also a bad ending. What do you mean? How can you fail? It says true end. Get back in there? What do you mean get back in there? And get the good ending? What do you mean? There's one last person to save. Huh? Huh? Oh, so you weren't done with my bad endings. And now you're back for more. You'll have to cancel out your true ending if you want to go back to the way things were before our final battle. Shall we begin resetting the process? Do I have to reset? Please don't make me reset. Don't make me do it. It's because you failed. I don't feel like I failed. Now do it. Only if Tabitha gets a happy ending. There are two options. If you missed out on seeing all 41 bad endings, you can keep your progress and reset to before you started the true ending. Or you could erase all of your progress and replay the game as if it's your first time. You'll have to collect everything all over again. You can't take this back, so choose carefully. Reset to before the true end or total reset. Reset to before the true end. Your progress has been reset. You are now free to enjoy the rest of your bad endings. But I don't even know where to begin to get more endings. We have 27 out of 41. I did not know there was a tree, but we want to go for... Oh, we're missing the question mark one. So, hero slaughters his way through the castle. The hero finds the maiden. The overlord is upset. The hero apologizes for what he's done. And we get bad ending. Okay. Cut through. You find the maiden being held captive by the overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time for hesitant. I don't have the option to say or apologize. You explain that... Okay. You explain that she's came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you are covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door. To see her army is lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Stab the Overlord while you can. This is all just a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. A letter flutters down from behind the curtain. You found lost letter number 1. Oh. My love. It just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this. It's unreasonably cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow, so I decided to write. And I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more, and then maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. Oh, okay, we've done all these ones. I guess Maiden is next. Okay, there's one here. We have 3. How do I change this? Do I need to do something with this dude first to get a different ending here? Is that why it's like empty? Maybe I'll try for a different one. Maybe we'll try down here first, because this one looks like maybe we can do it. Oh yeah, hopefully I can play that all out. I just know we stay. But the Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. The hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch, because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord is a horrible way. In a horrible way like this. Was your destiny after all? But the Overlord stops, or rather someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all that blood. Okay, did not expect that. Oh boy. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent, save for the underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life. Let's never leave. How about that? We stay forever. Okay, so this time we won't have disloyal. We'll just have possessive. None of that, sir. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. No! Alright, there's one more, but can't figure out why. Another one there. Weird. Tyrant. Disloyal. Hungry. Underling returns to the castle. Dutiful. We have to do hungry. Change your mind and leave? I think we have to leave, right? Or do we put on a show? Or is it put on the show then? No. Am I leave? Yeah, we return. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sound of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Avenge your fallen comrades, or save yourself. Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You liked that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. That was a scary face. So now we just do it again. But this time we save ourselves. Change your mind. Save! You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any human or demons, where you'll live peacefully alone in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Deserter Underling ending. Alright, what do we got? Granted the day off, so we won't have Tyrant. Maiden is polite. Disloyal. And then we have diplomatic and possessive. Okay, I think we can do this. Just bring the maiden back. We get involved in the plot. You sneak up to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good of a chance as any. You lunge a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. You follow your advice and leave the castle. Oh, she follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Heroic Underling. Alright, so now we go straight down this way until you get to True End. And still haven't unlocked this one. Maybe it'll be with her story. Okay, bring Maiden back. I think that's all I have to do. Still disloyal. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. Was that it? Yep, Traitor Underling End. Aww. We had to see it from his perspective. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 3. Number 3. I was gonna say 2. And then you reset the stage. My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright, well, let's go to this one. Start from the bottom. So, Dutiful and Tyrant, Hungry. So we eat Maiden. And then Dutiful happens. Dutiful. Okay, we just gotta be a tyrant, that's it. Just be a tyrant. You awake to huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guys? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him, and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. These are all sad. Alright, now we gotta do the other one. I guess it doesn't matter if you go up or down, tyrant or not tyrant. You just need to be antisocial and obedient. Okay, send her home. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can tell they're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Alright, I think we basically gotta do the same thing. Send her back. We wake up. Still disloyal, but this time the hero is trusting. Trusting. Tell her she better go home. You wake up to the sounds of battle. A hero is cutting through your army. As the Overlord, it's your job to take charge in these kinds of situations. You rush out to end this hero's pitiful existence. Vile demons, I shouldn't have believed for a second that you were anything but pure evil. I'll exterminate you all. You don't really get what he's going on about. But you engage regardless. A girl's gotta defend her people. You clash again and again, but the hero isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health, waiting for the others to make a move, when one of your underlings appears behind him. They knock the hero unconscious. You kind of appreciate it, but can't they see this was a duel? You don't respond. You sense murderous intent. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. You've done too much damage. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You have been slain by your own underling. Man, he just waited. Just waited to do the murder. Alright, now I gotta do some top stuff. Overlord lets the underling have a day off. Yeah! The Overlord allows the Maiden to stay. Day off, stay. And then we'll get another ending. You notice the sound of battle have started ringing through the castle halls. The Maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underlings roughhousing, no big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the Maiden by telling her that your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the Maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You are not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about, your castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the Maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. But you are far beyond hearing that kind of... You have had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The Maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Aww. Heroic. And then we get an ending. I'm gonna be skipping a lot of the dialect. I'm sorry for whoever showed up. Alright, oh, was I supposed to... No, grant day off. Let her... She stays, right? He suddenly strikes, cutting through you with his blade. He didn't even hesitate. Ah, you've gone soft. How could you have let your guard down like this? How unfair. After all you've done to avoid this outcome, you can't outrun your destiny. The hero always slays the Overlord. You should never have trusted a human. You watch as the hero escorts the Maiden out of your castle. Captured by a demon, at least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Slain Overlord End. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Day off. Stay. This time, we're gonna have the martyr. Before you even know how to react, he makes his move and the Maiden makes hers. She used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? The Maiden falls to the floor, lifeless, as a pool of blood beneath her grows. So does your rage. This hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. but your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. I kind of like that ending, to be honest. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 4, but we're still missing this one. I'm still missing a whole entire trait. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts. One I was quite proud of. I was going to say fond. In fact, as I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet you managed to convince me it really would be better if everyone could live in harmony. However unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day, even now. I wonder if, somehow, you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright, apparently we need one more. We're missing the maiden. But I'm missing a trait. How do I get this trait? Okay, we gotta get this underling trait. Because I'm missing it for the maiden. Even if it's gonna lead me to an ending I've already had? Oh, it's because I went this route, I guess. But skipped this. Okay, underling. Just remember to be disloyal. Be disloyal. You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Alright, use the maiden for killing practice or capture. Toss her in the dungeon. That's the one we need. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue... to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice." The other such cliché hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You are small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who managed to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You are the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you as you have betrayed your Overlord. So now we just have one more. And then we get true ending. And then capture. That's when we get captured. Okay, we obey her. We don't grab the hand. And we leave on your own. You immediately notice they notice you overheard them, and decide to lock you in the dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's going to keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You hear the sounds of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? Is he out there? Your cries don't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what's happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. That's sad. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 2. My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I opened up my very own theater. You'd be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become more famous, then maybe you just might hear of it. Wherever you are, forever yours, Tragedy. Congratulations, you've explored every path I had to offer. Thanks for playing! Oh, I have? What's this button? It can't end like this. I hope I was supposed to click that.